Namaste. So, from today onwards, I'm going to read a single act play written by Swami Shivananda Saraswati by the name Bhagavad Gita. This is a five scene play. The first scene deals with the Arjun Vishada Yoga, second scene with the Karma Yoga, third scene with Bhakti Yoga, fourth scene with Raj Yoga, and fifth scene with Jnana Yoga. Lord Krishna has described 18 types of yoga in Bhagavad Gita. The first chapter is called Vishad Yoga. Here it says that yoga begins with Vishad, depression, unhappiness, sadness. So, when do we try to concentrate the mind? Obviously, when there is depression and imbalance in the mind. The process of yoga begins with depression. These lines are said by Swami Satyananda Saraswati of Bihar School of Yoga. So let's begin with our first scene, Arjun Vishada Yoga. Dhritarashtra and Sanjay. Dhritarashtra. Oh Sanjay, tell me now, what happened between the Pandavas and the Kauravas on the field of Kurukshetra? Sanjay. Venerable sir, Duryodhana saw the army of the Pandavas. He is now talking to his teacher Drona. Drona, Bhishma, Karna and others are arrayed in a line. Yuyudhana, Bhima, Drupada and others are ready to fight. To encourage Duryodhana, Bhishma is blowing his conch. Shri Krishna and Arjuna and others also are sounding their respective divine conches. Arjuna is now addressing Shri Krishna. Arjuna. O Lord, I see my own kith and kin standing against me. I cannot fight now with my teachers and my relatives. My blow slips from my hand. My body trembles. I do not want any kingdom. If I kill my own relatives, the family tradition will perish. Lawlessness and corruption of women will result. The sacred rites to the ancestor will be neglected. The slayer will have to go to hell. Krishna. O Arjun, why have you become cowardly and timid now at this critical juncture? Do not become effeminate. Stand up. Arjun. Karpanya doshopahata swabhava prichami tvam dharma samodha cheta yachreya syan nishchitam bhrui tanme shishyasteham sadi mam tvam prapannam. My mind is confused as to duty. How can I attack Bhishma and Drona with arrows in battle? They are worthy of reverence. Rather than obtain kingdom by slaying them, I would be a beggar living on alms. I will not fight. I ask you, tell me decisively what is good for me. I am your disciple, suppliant to you. Teach me. Krishna. Arjun, you are foolishly grieving for things none should sorrow for. The soul is unborn, deathless and eternal. No one can slay this immortal soul. Just as a man casting off worn-out clothes puts on new ones, so also the dweller in the body abandons worn-out bodies and enters into new ones. Learn to discriminate, Arjun. The unreal has no being. The real never ceases to be. Weapons cannot pierce the soul. Fire cannot burn it. Water cannot wet it. Wind cannot dry it. O Arjun, do your duty. Fight as you are a Kshatriya. Do not bring disgrace on yourself. Slain, you will obtain the hero's heaven. Victor, you will enjoy dominion. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam te katva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Be balanced in success and failure, in gain and loss, in pleasure and pain. Sin will not touch you. Work, but never desire for the fruits thereof. Arjun. O Govinda, kindly describe more fully the state of such a harmonized Sthiti Prajna. Krishna. A Sthiti Prajna is free from desire, I-ness, minus. He rests satisfied in his own inner self. He is free from attachment, fear, and anger. He is balanced in pleasure and pain. He has neither likes nor dislikes. His understanding is well poised. He has perfect control over his mind and senses. He ever rests in his own self or Atma. Arjun. May I know the signs of a Gunatita who has gone beyond the play of qualities? Krishna. He is not moved by the gunas. He neither dislikes them when present nor longs for them when absent. He knows that the gunas as sense organs move amidst the qualities as sense objects. He is ever self-centered and unmoved. To vitto mahabaho gunkarma vibhagayo guna guneshu vartan iti matva na sajjate. For him, pain and pleasure are alike. For him, a lump of earth, stone and gold are alike. Sama dukkha sukha swastha samaloshta asma kanchana tulya priya apriyo driyas tulya nindatma samstutihi. For him, the dear and the undear, censure and the praise, honor and dishonor, friends and foes are all alike. Arjun. O Keshava, tell me the nature of the realized Bhakta. Krishna. Abhakta. O Arjun, a bhakta does not hate any creature. He is friendly and compassionate to all. He is free from minus and I-ness. He is poised in pleasure and pain and forbearing. He is content, ever self-subdued, harmonious and poised. He is a yogi of firm conviction. He has dedicated his mind and intellect to me. He is free from joy, envy, fear, and worry. He is not afraid of the world. The world also is not afraid of him. He is independent, pure, and expert. He is unconcerned and indifferent. He is motiveless in commencing actions. He neither rejoices nor grieves, neither desires nor dislikes. He is full of devotion to me. He is above good and evil. He is alike to friend and foe, honor and dishonor, cold and heat, pleasure and pain, censure and praise. He is harmless, silent, content with anything, firm in mind. Such a devotee is very dear to me. Arjuna. It seems to me, Krishna, that a sthite prajna, gunatita, and a perfect devotee are one and the same. They all have the same characteristics. Krishna. Yes, my child, you are quite right. So this ends the first scene. I will come with another scene, that is the second scene, which deals with the Karma Yoga. Thank you for listening me. Om Namo Bhagavate Shivanandaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.